All right, tell me this has never happened to you. You're on a road trip going to a hotel that has a electric vehicle charger that PlugShare says is available and working, and when you get there, it is iced. That's where today's product review comes into play. It's the EV-Dance 25-foot extension cable. As you can see, it comes with this nice carrying case. We're going to go ahead and crack it open. It has Velcro ties in order to keep it in the coiled form. The Velcro ties are nice. They got the little hinges on them, or the little clasps. And there we go. Let's go ahead and try it out. All right, in this particular case, these two spaces are open, but we're going to pretend like they're full and they have been iced because we got here late and someone else just belligerently used an open space. And actually, people just are not educated. So they see an open space and they just park there. It's actually not their fault. And it's actually quite common for hotel charging spaces to be iced. In this case, we've got the Tesla destination chargers. So I'm going to use the product that I reviewed last time, which is the EV-Dance J3400 to J1772 adapter. And on this cable, we have a female and a male end. So let's go ahead and get connected. First thing I'm going to do is uncoil it just to see how long this thing actually is. Oh wait, this goes on this end. All right, clipped in place. 25 feet. Yep, that'll work. Just the J3400. Locks in place. "25-foot extension cable. Boom, problem solved. All right, we've solved the hotel on a road trip icing issue. So definitely some peace of mind there just to carry it in the back of a car on a road trip in order to see if there were any level 2 opportunistic charges or destination charges that you're counting on that may be iced. You'll have the cable available to you in order to solve that problem. But there's another problem. On Friday of last week, I came home and parked in my driveway was a Rivian R1S. It was my sister-in-law's. They had come in town in order to do a stopover on the way to the mountains of Western North Carolina. And with the charger placement that we have at our house, which is in the garage, the Rivian R1S, which is a very big vehicle. We put it in the garage before, but we have a hard time fitting it in the garage, was sitting there unable to charge because the length of the cable from the garage to the middle of the driveway where the R1S was parked was far too far for the existing cable on our Tesla wall charger. So let's go fix that problem also. Okay, this is where the Rivian R1S was parked when I got home on Friday. And I know that my Tesla wall charger can only reach about to the edge of the garage. Let's see if we could solve this problem with the EV-Dance 25-foot extension cable. To adapter at the edge of the female end here. And it is important to note there's a yellow sticker on this cable. It says, "Do not exceed 40 amps. Now let me talk about that for a second. The maximum cable length for 48 amps is 25 feet. Now, because this is a 25-foot extension cable, they have to drop the amperage to 40 amps. Now there's two ways of ensuring you don't exceed the 40 amps. One of which is if you're charging off your home charger like I'm about to do, you could set the home charger to only output 40 amps. The other option is inside the car. Let's see if it's going to reach. Is it going to reach? It's going to reach. Inside the car, now I'm not going to connect this yet because I haven't done it. Inside the car, you could set the car to only ask for 40 amps. So let's go do that. Each car is a little bit different. This is a Volvo XC40 Recharge, and I think the interface is going to be the same on all electric Volvos and Polestars. But different models have different ways of doing this. I know on the Cadillac Lyriq it has something very similar, but right here you see it says amp limit. You just drop this down to 40 amps. All right, ready to go. All right, there we go. We're all set. The car is set to 40 amps, and had I had the EV-Dance 25-foot extension cable when my sister-in-law was here last weekend with her R1S, we could have charged her up just fine. Now, let's go inside to see if we're charging. Okay, we are ramping up. We're past 10 amps, 11, 15, 18. Now I know when I charge my Volvo on my home charger, it doesn't tap out at 48 amps. Normally it's like 46 or so, but we seem to be getting pretty close to 40 here. I don't see any problems whatsoever. All right, just to put the cable length in perspective, you can see I am currently charging. I still have room to spare, so I could go all the way down my driveway. Another use case for this is just if you have a house that doesn't have a garage and the cable that comes with your charger isn't long enough, you don't have to get a different charger. You could just set it to 40 amps and get yourself an extension cable. And basically, I'm thinking I could charge just about anywhere with this thing. That is one long stretch of cable. Okay, this is what it looks like when it comes in the box. And you can see the product slip. Let's go ahead and open it up. And see what's inside. Oh, okay. Interesting. It comes with a bag. Very nice. All right. Dual head zipper. Has a user manual. And the cable itself. Oh, the cable comes with a nice Velcro tie. Oh, two Velcro ties. Very nice. That is actually something I was thinking about, because most of the time this is going to be in storage. You're only going to use it occasionally, but it'll be nice to have it, because it's 25 feet, a way to keep the spool all set up. Now obviously you want to be careful if you're using a box knife when removing the clad or the outer wrapping that's coming from the factory. Do not exceed 40 amps. Very interesting. Okay, that's one part that I was unaware of. We'll look at the owner's manual here in just a second. First, we need to unbox it and take a look at the actual product. Okay, so this is the female end of the J1772 and the male end. And I'm guessing you can connect the two together. Sure enough. And both ends come with a rubber stopper top, which I personally like. I actually use mine all the time on all the charging cables that I use. I figure if it's there, I might as well end up using it. And I'm not going to bore you guys with taking this 25-foot piece of plastic off, but we kind of get the gist of what's going on here. This is the EV-Dance website with the extension cable section. And as you can see, there's not just one, but there's many. So if you're driving a Tesla and you need an extension cable, they have you there. And that's one of the things I really like about EVDance, and the reason I chose to review their products. They don't just have like one product or two products or four products. They have basically every possible combination of product you could think of, because in a given situation, you might need something slightly different. And I really like that about this company. So for instance, if you have a Tesla, they have the Tesla ends on the extension cable. They also have multiple different lengths, and I thought my cable was 25 feet. It's actually 30 feet. I misspoke there. I only realized that after the fact. Apologize for the confusion, but you can see they have 21 foot. They've got, let's see, which is this one? This one is 21 foot, 40 foot, and 30 foots are down here. Here's a 30 foot 40 amp. This is the one that I reviewed. And the problem with the 40 foot, in my opinion, unless you specifically need that much length, it becomes very heavy in order to store and haul around. So 40 feet of cable is pretty significant. It is obviously important to note that these are 40 amp cables, so you do have to adjust either your EVSE or the setting inside your car in order to not pull. But if they're shorter, and this has to do with the code, that the cable could only be 25 feet, and if you exceed that length, you could only do 40 amps. But you can do 50 amps with 21 feet. So you'll see that in some cases it's 32 feet, and it's, I'm sorry, 32 amps. In some cases it's 40 amps, which is what mine is, and in some cases it's 50. So they did provide me a discount code for 20%, but you need to use the website for your purchase in order for that discount code to be effective. It is not usable on Amazon. I will link both the Amazon store and the actual website down below in the description. Here's the manual, and I actually didn't realize until after I recorded the first couple of segments that this is not the 25 foot cable. This is the 30 foot cable. So my mistake there. The different sizes that it comes in is 21 feet, 30 feet, and 40 foot. As you can see, it's IP66 rated and is a maximum throughput of 40 amps. Just as a quick summary, when I was going back and forth with EVDance about products that I would like to offer, I selected the extension cable just because I saw the utility of it. Having one of these stored away in the garage or in the back of the car on a road trip is a very practical purchase, because nothing is more of a lifesaver than showing up to a hotel that has a charger that's being iced and still being able to charge. Or maybe you're going to a friend's house and their charger is in the garage. You don't have to ask them to move their cars out of the garage. You could just be like, can I use my extension cable? And most of the time that will solve the problem. You know, Airbnbs also lots of times have like a dryer outlet that you could borrow with your EVSE, but the cable's not going to be long enough to reach to your car in the driveway. So something like this fills that gap as well. There's just many uses for a EVSE extension cable. And so when I saw that, this is one that I wanted to review. So there you have it, the EVDance 30 foot, 40 amp extension cable. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you very much for watching.